Hey Wilds, Lauren Wild, the Church Witch here. I just wanted to talk really quickly about the fact that Mars is finally getting the fuck out of Aries and off my moon and now moving into 0 degrees of Taurus today. Woo woo! So Mars was in, I'm cooking, y'all. I'm making my ground organic protein. Mars has been in Aries since August, I think it was August 16th. It was like mid-August, which is usually a 6 to 7 week transit. But it was in Aries for fucking 6 months. Like, ugh. So, anyways, I wanted to tell you guys that anybody that has 0 degrees of Taurus to 7 degrees of Taurus natally, you're going to feel that push. You're going to feel the bullhorns. Taurus is typically very patient. Think of Ferdinand the bull when it's happy and fed. But when Taurus is angry and you finally get Taurus to like fight, dude, you don't want to fucking mess with a Taurus. Taurus is also the throat. It rules the throat. So when it does have something to say, it says it. And then also the other piece is that usually Taurus is pretty like stable. It's a fixed Earth planet. But Uranus is about to station direct next week. I think the 14th. I believe it's Thursday next week. And Uranus is an 8-year transit, which means that it's pretty big. And so when it slows down to station, direct or retrograde, you feel it, about 10 to 14 days before or after the transit. And because Mars, which is god of war, action taking, courage, also impatience and hastiness, is moving into 0 degrees of Taurus, it is naturally going to conjunct Uranus. And so we are now working our way to the Mars conjunct Uranus, or astrologically lingo, sorry. Mars-Uranus conjunction. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it. Anytime Mars or any planet moves from one sign to another, it like reactivates it in the lens or the flavor of the zodiac sign that it enters into. So go and look at your natal chart, see if there's anything going down at 0 degrees of Taurus, and you will, you'll feel that push. It's in my 5th, right on the cusp of my 5th and 6th house. And so fitness has been like all the things, which no matter what, just exercise in general is going to be so important for the next 2 weeks, because anytime Mars or Uranus, but especially when they come into a conjunction, they bring up a lot of really intense, nervous excitability type of energy in the body. And that energy needs to go somewhere, because if it just stays in your body, it will turn into anxiety. But remember, Taurus rules the throat. And so like if you build all this energy in your body, you might also have a really impulsive like lash out. Like you might say something you don't mean to somebody. And so this is where grounding, practices like yoga, qigong, embodied movement, breath work, pranayama, you want to move that excess charge out of the body, and you want to send it down into the physical earth, because she can hold it, right? She can, and not only can she hold it, she'll make beauty from it too. And so my greatest suggestion is go for a walk in the woods. I know it's cold, it's a little wet and snowy here, but if you can stand to take your shoes off and stand on the earth and put your hands over your feet, and connect the palm over the toes, see if you can dig the toes into the earth, and see if you can take about 10 deep breaths of visualizing, exhaling, like bright red or purple or orange energy down into the earth on the exhale, and on the inhale visualize bringing up like light green, emerald green energy from the earth to replenish you. It will calm you down. It will also help you find a sense of neutrality, find a sense of ground, find a sense of patience, and not project that all over everyone else, right? So the earth can hold it. She is amazing. Make sure you leave an offering afterwards, maybe like a piece of hair or some spit. Yeah, you can always take, tobacco or something natural and leave it. Oranges, something like that. But just give gratitude to the earth because she gives us everything that we have. And see if you can't move your body around. What is going on in y'all's life though? Lots of change, I'm sure. Excitability. I've been really watching a lot of people's reactions instead of responses on social media the last couple of days. And I'm like, oh dear, like everybody's got something to say. Everybody's just like, I just got to say it. And a lot of people's feelings are going to get hurt. So, I got an Aries moon. I'm like, at the end of the day, sometimes my greatest mantra is let the bridges we burn, lead the way forward, light the way forward. But just remember to slow down and think about who and what is most important, okay? Who and what is most important. What relationships might need a little bit more grace, which ones are really important, that you want to draw a circle around, that you want to recognize need a lot more patience, and which ones are just like, you know what, if I didn't have those relationships tomorrow, I'd be okay. Those ones, right? So my guys have really been talking to me about how compassion and grace, slow responses are deep signs of wisdom and growth, whereas, really reactionary, mean-spirited reactions aren't, they are, I'm trying to think of how to put this. They're just not, they just don't have the same mark of experience, I guess you would say, compassion. So those are just my thoughts. I'd like to hear how you're doing. Check where 0 degrees of Mars and 0 to 6 degrees of Taurus are for you. Let me know if there's anything in the comments below. I'd like to hear how that's going to affect you. Have a great day. Bye, Wilds.